This will be recorded. It is being recorded. And just to answer your question, Sandra, you should be able to see us, but we cannot see you. Let's see here. I'm going to turn up my volume. So yes, attendees are muted. And so there we go. So Stephen, Daniela, please take it away.
All right, thank you, Fran. Hey, everybody. Again, my name's Steve Kartheiser. I'm on the strategic partnership team over here at Cubi Casa. We are super excited to talk more about our mission of getting a floor plan on every single real estate listing in the US here. I'm actually joined here by Daniela. She is on our customer success team here. Today, we're going to spend about 15 minutes just walking through a few things like what Cubi Casa is, why floor plans are important to real estate listings, how to get started, and the options you have available with our floor plans. And then to wrap some things up, we'll leave some time for a little Q&A session to answer some questions. Again, like Fran mentioned, feel free to throw the questions in the Q&A section on the chat here, and we'll do our best to answer those questions as we're moving through the presentation here. So let me go ahead and share my screen. We'll get things kicked off, and we'll get started. All righty. So again, we're Cubi Casa. We've got one epic goal here in the US, and that's to bring a floor plan to every single real estate listing. Now, to start off, we'll talk a little bit about the why behind that and really how Cubi Casa actually came to be. So the main reason is actually we're seeing a floor plan demand gap here in the US. So basically, buyers are asking for floor plans to be included on listings, but the reality is only about 10% of listings in the US actually have a floor plan. Doesn't really compare to some of the other countries around the world, such as Finland and Australia, who've kind of made it a standard to include floor plans on all listings. Even here in the US, you kind of see a gap between rental properties and traditional real estate for sale. Just about every rental property you're going to look at is going to have a floor plan. So we can kind of see that that value is already there, but how do we know that that value translates over to the traditional real estate side? Well, if we look at recent NAR home buyer and seller survey, every year you can see what features on the listing are considered the most valuable. Now, the data shows that floor plans are the single most desired add-on for a listing for consumers, ranking only third behind the standard photos and just basic property information. So that demand is there, and the results from this survey year over year have pretty much remained consistent. Floor plans have remained that top desired add-on. I mean, just really think about the last time you guys bought a home for yourself. Wouldn't have been much easier to find the property if they all had floor plans. I mean, I know firsthand it was for me. I'm a firm believer in floor plans. We just made a cross-country move from Colorado to Chicago, and I was feeling the pain of just how few listings actually had a floor plan. I mean, it was nearly impossible to tell if any layouts were going to work for us based just on the photos alone. So floor plans were really our saving grace during the whole process. And the reality is we were only making offers on homes that had floor plans because we knew the actual layout would fit our family. And guess what? The property that we actually closed on had a floor plan as well. So again, I'm a firm believer in floor plans and the power they have. But again, why are they important? Floor plans are going to give the easiest way for a buyer to understand if a property's fit for their life better than any other digital asset out there. So typically buyers, they're going to be searching for a home on a portal. More often than not, they're going to be looking at property photos. They're going to be on a carousel. So they're learning about a home either room by room or piece by piece. Now, floor plan is going to give them an easy to view understanding and quick glimpse into the entire property. It's going to allow them to see how big rooms are. It's going to show the flow between each room. It's going to learn if their current furniture is going to fit in that property. And then most importantly, they're going to learn if the property layout suits them and their family. Are kids' bedrooms near primary? Is there a room that they can use for an office space or guest that's kind of sort of out of the way of the main area of the home? Really, the floor plan is the best and only way to understand that property and answer any of the questions about the layout of the home. So now we got you thinking a little bit about the benefits of floor plans. Why should you be adding them to your listings here? Well, number one, it's the easiest way to stand out and win more listings. By just offering floor plans and better media in general in your listing presentations, you're really showing your potential clients that you're going to do everything in your power to get that home sold and market it as best as possible on the open market. You're also allowing to generate more qualified buyers. Most people, like we mentioned earlier, they're searching for properties, online before deciding to tour anything in person, especially since kind of COVID has really shifted the whole home buying process. Essentially, everyone is going to be qualifying a home before they even contact an agent, before they schedule a showing, or before they even step foot into a home. And lastly, the more media we can give a potential buyer, the more understanding they have of the property, which is ultimately going to reduce the time on market for your clients. So we kind of talked about floor plans in general in a very high level, but how does this lead into what Cubi Casa is? Well, to give you a little bit of background, we were actually founded about 9 years ago. And at that time, we were essentially just a redraw service. So basically, agents and photographers would send us a picture of a floor plan, and then it could have been a photo of someone's napkin drawing or even an old property listing. And from that, we would actually redraw a floor plan. But we really wanted to modernize that process and really broaden the scope of people who actually had access to create a floor plan. So we recognize that everyone's got a tool with them they can use at all times, that cell phone that's sitting in their pocket. So we started building an app that's going to allow them to a user to quickly and easily scan an entire property, which we then process into an accurate floor plan, which includes room measurements and then detailed information about the layout of the property. So at this point, you're probably all wondering, well, how the heck does this app actually work? Well, it's much easier than than you all may be thinking over here. So as you can see from this image on the right, you simply open the app, you hold your phone at a 45-degree angle and walk the perimeter of each room of the property. Now, please know we are in a transition from landscape mode, like you're seeing here in this video, to the portrait scanning, which is going to be a vertical scanning technique. This update is to help speed up the scanning process for yourselves and really improve the accuracy of our floor plans. So some subscribers, you may actually start off in landscape, but again, we are transitioning to a portrait scanning mode. Typically only takes about 5 to 10 minutes for an average size 2,000 square foot home. Now, for reference, my condo here, or my previous condo, I guess I should say, was about 1,100 square feet, even including the garage and patio. It only took about 2 minutes to scan that whole property. So you don't need any special training or equipment, no tripods, no extra cameras, just the phone in your pocket and our Cubi Casa app installed. It does work with both Apple and Android devices, and pretty much any device in the past 7 years or so is going to work perfectly fine. So you don't really need to have the latest and greatest iPhone to complete a scan. Now, newer phones do have something called LiDAR built into them. They do make things a tiny bit more precise, but again, not necessary to complete a scan. And then what I found super helpful personally when scanning, the app actually gives you real-time feedback to ensure you're scanning correctly. So again, if you're moving too quickly, if you're too close to a wall, if you have too big of an angle on your phone, you're going to see a pop-up on the screen. It's going to tell you exactly what needs to be adjusted so that you can keep scanning in the most optimal way possible. I mean, it really is as easy as it gets. I mean, anyone can definitely do this scanning process. So I encourage you to download the app afterwards and just test it out on your own home and just find out how real easy it is to use. So to give you a visual of how the app actually works and what's going on underneath the hood, we're going to take a quick look of a video of an actual scan being performed. All right, well, we're going to speed this up just for the sake of our presentation. So on the top left here, that's the view of the actual camera on your phone. So if you're walking around scanning a property, this is exactly what you're going to see on your screen. Now on the bottom left, you're going to see what we're capturing in real time. So we're creating what we call a point cloud using the augmented reality kits that are already built into the phone. So on this right-hand side, you're going to see a full 3D digital footprint that we're actually creating of the property. The green line you see is actually the route the person took throughout the property. And then the red diamond shape is actually capturing the camera's positioning in the phone, in their hands. So the bottom left and right-hand side, you're not going to see on your end. This is actually our background processing we're doing to make sure we capture all the details of the property and create the most accurate floor plan. Now, as you can see, to do so, we're producing something similar to a 3D tour using just your cell phone. You will scan an entire property, including any outdoor spaces like you're going to see here in a second. This is going to allow us to create the most accurate floor plan possible. And I'm also going to pause it at the end here so we can kind of show you the final output. All right, so this is our final result from this scan. This home was around 1,200 square feet, was captured in about 3 minutes of scanning. Now, as you can see, this is a pretty simple property, rectangular home with square rooms and things like that. However, our app works on all types of properties. So not just your basic square home with those rectangular rooms. This home is a pretty clearly non-traditional layout. Includes a pool, separate dwelling off the main home, has a circular atrium in the center of the property. In cases like this, there's no need to worry about any angled walls or measurements. All that hard work is handled by us on the back end. And at the end of the day, you guys are going to get the most accurate floor plan possible. And this does include any outdoor features or separate dwellings, as they're all going to be captured in one single scan. Now, when you're working with multiple story properties, you're still, again, going to need one single scan. You simply walk through and scan the lowest level of the home, continue scanning without pausing or stopping as you walk up the stairs, scan the next level of the property, and so on and so forth. All right, so here's another example of a very unique home. This is our famous shoe home. It was easily scanned into a floor plan with our app. You can actually see how it catches all the little details and odd angles throughout this property. This is a real home that was actually scanned in by a photographer who frequently does use our app. And I do believe it's available actually as an Airbnb somewhere up in the Pennsylvania region. All right, so let's take a look at our free basic floor plans. Of course, they're going to include our room dimensions and labels. They're also going to include the gross internal area, and they're going to be turned around within 24 hours of you submitting your scan. Now, outdoor spaces are also going to be included in this version as well. So your porches, your decks, etc., up to 5,000 square feet of scanned total area. Now it's not pictured here, but we also have options to customize your floor plan, like changing your color scheme, changing room names, or adding a broker or brand logo if your MLS does allow. So on top of our free floor plan, there's a number of paid optional add-ons that you can choose from. Now, all these are going to be a la carte. So to be fully transparent, this is actually where our revenue does come from and how we're able to offer the free basic floor plans across the board here. So you can add things like your fixed furniture, which is going to be our most popular add-on. This is where you're going to see things like the appliances and cabinets in the kitchen. You're going to see bathroom fixtures like tubs, toilets, and sinks. You're also going to see the direction of the door swings on this floor plan. Now we also have our GLA appraisal floor plan. This is going to give you the gross living area of the property. This is going to be great for any appraisers on the call. It's going to give them a single document they can save out as a PDF. You're going to be able to upload that right into your appraisal software, where you're going to get consistent results that align to the ANSI standards, which have been adopted by Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. Now you can also choose to get a faster turnaround time. So if you're ready to get the property listed ASAP, want to include all your media, we can actually bump you to the top of the queue and finalize your floor plan within a 6-hour turn time. And then lastly, the free floor plan does include scans up to 5,000 square feet, including any exterior areas. So anything above that's going to include a $15 charge due to the increased production costs on our end here. Now note that all these prices listed are our standard rates here. They're slashed out with the MLS sponsored discount of 20%. Now, as part of the partnership with us, your subscribers over at Realcomp, they're going to enjoy a 20% discount across all of our add-ons here. Give me 1 second. It does look like I'm frozen here. I just want to check and make sure everyone can still hear me and see the presentation. Okay, great. So extremely excited about this slide. These are our new 3D outputs made from the same exact scan, basically 5 minutes using just your phone. Now these were rolled out to 100% of users, I believe in the beginning of September here. Great news, MLS sponsored discount of 20% also works across the full 3D product line as well. So we have the 3D floor plan. This is going to include fixed furniture. So again, you're going to see appliances, cabinets, bathroom fixtures, and door swings with this floor plan. You are going to have the option to add loose furniture and also add colors and textures to this 3D floor plan. So the furniture materials, they're going to match the home as best as possible. Now, they may not be exact, but again, it's going to be as matched as best as possible. It is actually pretty cool how close it gets to the reality of the property. Now, you can also add a 3D video rendering to that order, which is going to walk your potential buyers throughout the home. And again, materials and colors and textures are going to match the property as best as possible. So you're going to see the paint colors and wood floors that match. Tile floors are going to be shown on there as well. Maybe even wallpaper, things like that. And then we can also even clear through the clutter of a messy home with this floor plan. So let's say, there's maybe someone's living in the property and it's not really photo ready. This is a great option for you to kind of clear through that clutter of a messy or lived in property. And then we also have our 3D marketing bundle. Now this is going to include the 3D floor plan, which has furniture, colors, and textures added to it, plus our 3D video rendering. This is going to be a value about $194 worth of products, already marked down to $149. Plus you get that additional 20% off with that sponsored discount, bringing down that total to $119.20. And then the last addition to our 3D lineup is going to be our CAD files. Now, these are going to be great for any contractors or clients that are looking to make some changes to a home. Basically, they can upload this output right into their program, start moving walls around, kind of show what a remodeled kitchen may look like, things like that. Now, do note that all 3D products do come with a 2D floor plan with our fixed furniture at absolutely no charge, because everything that's going to come out first, and the other models are kind of built off of that. All right, and as a thank you for being a subscriber to one of our partner MLSs, we do offer premium 24/7 support through our live chat widget on our website and our dedicated MLS email at mlshelp@cubicasa.com. Now that's going to connect you guys directly to our customer success and support teams. They're going to be here to guide you through any hiccups you may be experiencing along the way. All right, so the next step is for everyone to sign up for your free Cubi Casa account. You can scan this QR code on the left-hand side to get started. Once you register, you can then download the mobile app and complete a scan, again, using just your phone. Then you're gonna get your floor plan back within a 24-hour turn time, and then you'll simply upload that floor plan right into the MLS and have that for your listings. If for whatever reason now you guys are too busy to do it yourself, or you don't want to do any of the media portions, you could always hire one of our preferred photographers from our network by scanning this QR code or heading to cubicasa.com. You simply click on the For Real Estate tab up top. You'll scroll down until you see a button that says Find a Photographer. We've got over 2,000, actually, I believe it's up to about 4,000 photographers in our network now, and over about 250 preferred photographers. And those preferred photographers, again, they include a floor plan on every single photo shoot that they do. And you'll be able to find those right into the web app or on our app website. All right, so that gives you a quick glimpse into who we are, what we do, and how our product can really enhance your listings across the board there. I'd encourage all of you, again, download the app, do a quick scan of your own home, really just see how easy and user-friendly the app is to use. I'm gonna leave this slide up here for a few minutes just so you guys can get your enrollment started while we open up the floor for a little bit of Q&A here. And then once we're done, Danielle is gonna dive into some of the features of the dashboard on the back end here. So any questions come through the Q&A that we should answer, Daniela, or did you get most of them done?
Yeah, we have a few. Kathleen mentioned that she just downloaded the Cubi Casa app, but didn't use the QR code to create an account. That's totally fine. I'll show you here in a little bit. If you didn't click the link on your MLS dashboard on how to create your account, I can show you here in a little bit how to make sure that you have your MLS discount code applied to your account. So no worries there. And then Tanya said, I didn't think we were allowed to add fixed furniture. That is an option that is available for you. And there is an option to also choose which add-ons you want to automatically have or not have on your account as well. And I'll show that through the dashboard portion. Some other questions too that we often get is whether or not you need cell coverage in order to use the app. And the answer is no. You just need connection in order to open up the app. But if you need to go to an area or a property that has very poor internet connection, you do not need to have Wi-Fi or data in order to actually use the scan. I do recommend putting the device on airplane mode whenever you are starting a scan, just as a best practice, because nothing's worse as being almost through with your scan and then you get a call or an interruption and it completely disrupts your scan for you. So just a tip there. We do also have a safe mode on the app for you that will just make sure that no interruptions come through while you're in the middle of your scan.
All right, and then
Daniela,
Maria just sent a question. If you get the free account and then you want to do a single add-on for a specific house, can you or do you need to sign up for the higher cost plan? A great question. There is no cost plan, so everything's a la carte. So exactly what you select is exactly what you pay for. So every account to sign up is free, and the only things you're going to pay for are these add-ons that you select. So if you only select the free floor plan and stay under 5,000 square feet, again, there would be no charges at all.
I did see the question asked, which I know you answered, Daniela, but you might want to share it. And that was the question from Brian. How do you acquire the floor plans of homes and how accurate are they?
Sure. So, as Stephen shared earlier, the floor plans are created through the Scan app. So once you download the app and you create a scan, that will allow us to then generate the floor plan for you. We do have 96, 97% accuracy based on case studies that we have done, with LiDAR devices having better accuracy just by a slim margin. So we're constantly working on making sure our algorithms improve, and with that, our accuracy will improve. But the main factor that influences your accuracy will always be your scanning style, because that limits or enables the camera or the app to capture the information it needs to process. So always recommend watching that best practice scanning video that will pop up for you when you first download the app, just to set you up for success and make sure your scans are always as accurate as possible.
All right. What if the house is over 5,000 square feet? Does it notify you when scanning you're getting close to 5,000 square feet before going over? Unfortunately, no, because we do not know what this total square footage of the property is yet until we actually process the scan. So once it's submitted, then we would actually know the total square footage. So unfortunately, no, we don't know that. So just be careful when scanning a property or doing a big outdoor spaces, because that's typically when it happens. Most of the scans we get are less than 2,500 square feet or under 3,000. The ones that are typically larger are the ones that scan outdoor areas and things like that. Great question. Does a 5,000 square foot limit count based on square footage? Is that above grade? It is total scanned area. So again, if you're scanning outside, basements, the house, all of that is going to be included in total scanned area. So again, just make sure you're conscious of how long you're scanning and where you're scanning. How do I get the floor plan? So you'll get an email that your floor plan is ready, and then you'll be able to go into the web app or the mobile app and download your outputs. Is there a requirement to have a credit card in the system? Great question. Yes, there is. Now, on the very first scan, you will not need to enter a credit card. Once you go to upload your second scan, it will request and ask you to put your payment information in. Now, again, this is basically just as like an incidentals, like we like to talk about it as it's like a hotel that holds a credit card in case you use something. So basically, if you were to go over 5,000 square feet, we do have done a payment on file that we can use to put those charges through. But again, it is completely free. So as long as you don't select any of the add-ons and you do not go over 5,000 square feet, there will never be a charge. So again, it's just we just put a card on file just for those reasons there. Great
Stephen,
question, Dave.
Stephen, I know during our meeting, you had mentioned that if somebody's not sure about the square footage of the home, they might want to go to public records and look to see. And I thought that was a great suggestion.
Yeah, yes, definitely. Great idea to take a look at public records, see what the total square footage is, and then again, also, kind of judge or gauge if you can do like a back patio or a deck, you can kind of judge, like, if it's 10 by 10, just add that square footage to it to make sure you're going to stay under your threshold there. Great reminder, Fran. Thank you. Sandra, you may have a one-off situation here with logging in. You can always reach out to our support line or the chat feature, and they'll get you squared away and get you enrolled as quickly as possible.
We should also mention that the Cubi Casa icon has been added to the Realcomp dashboard. So that's just another way that you can access Cubi Casa and set up your account if you don't already have one.
Correct. And the referral code will already be linked to that as well. So if you go through the dashboard or you scan the QR code, you're still going to get the same referral code. So either one will work. That's a funny question. Have you been acquired by Zillow yet? No, and there's no plans on that ever. So you can rest assured, Robert, we will not be acquired by Zillow. Yeah, the appraiser use case. So we have a GLA output. It's called the gross livable area or living area, and that includes the calculations of wall thickness and things like that. It is ANSI compliant, so it does work with Fannie and Freddie as far as being compliant with their there's in line with their standards and things like that. Are we using a Realcomp ID to sign or creating a new one with this app? You're gonna just use whatever email address you typically use for your account. So you can create your new account with this app. Not that it's not gonna be your same login information. Can you do 2 scans on the same property, one for the inside and second for the outside, or just stop and put it on your shoes? Great question. We do recommend it all being one scan. Now, if it is, let's say that there's a huge distance between the a main building and like a barn or something that you want to scan, then I would suggest possibly doing 2 separate scans, letting our customer success team know in the chat function, and then they can actually combine the 2. But again, we do recommend it all being one continuous scan because that's going to be the most accurate possible scan. So again, I would recommend one scan, and then the outside area should be continued scanning with the inside scanning. So if you have to stop and put on your shoes, no worries. Just try to keep the phone somewhat upright. Just throw your shoes on and then continue on with your scan. If I'm appraising a 10,000 square foot luxury property with a basement exterior, is it still $12? Danielle, I think you can confirm, is it $12 per 5,000 square feet, or is it above 5,000 square feet? It's $12.
It's per every 5,000 square feet.
So yeah, so if you went into the up above 10,000 square feet, you'd have 2 $12 charges totaling in 24. Can I get the floor plan in my email? Danielle, I don't think we deliver directly to email, do we?
We will send you an email notification once the floor plan is completed, but from there you will have to go back into your account either through the app or web version, and then download the floor plan in whatever file format you want, and from there you can upload it into your MLS.
Thank you. If you have any login issues, let's see. Reach out to mlshelp@cubicasa.com, and they'll definitely be able to get you squared away, or on our website, you can just click on the chat function and they'll be able to help you out that way as well. If there's an auto charge erroneously applied, can customer service assist with a credit? Of course, yes. If something were to go wrong or there was something that was charged that shouldn't have been, yes, of course, we can issue a credit there. Why should you scan outside a pool or patio? How do you get dimensions without walls? Correct. So yeah, like a deck, a patio, a stamped concrete patio will even show up. So yes, I do recommend, if you want something outdoors included in the floor plan, if it's like a nice feature, a nice deck, a pool, definitely scan the outdoor areas. So yes, you should scan the exterior if you want that included. And yes, just keep moving from room to room without pausing. My technique I like to use is just do each room and the house the same exact way. So that way you don't forget where you've been and what you've scanned. So I always enter the house and just go to the left and then just start in the room. And every time I enter a new room, I would go around the room to the left. That way I just know I didn't miss anything. So if you have a little pattern, that'll kind of help you make sure you're scanning and going, room to room in a proper fashion. Is the GLA based on interior or exterior dimensions? The GLA is based on the interior dimensions, but it is the exterior dimensions are included. So wall thickness is calculated with that. So it's based on the exterior of the home, but we are calculating it from the interior. So you don't have to go outside the home to get the dimensions. I hope that was a clear enough answer for you. So the exterior dimensions is what you're going to get as an output, because those wall thicknesses are included with the GLA. Danielle, what kind of guitar do you have back there?
It's my husband's guitar, so I can't say I know the model type.
Good eye. Scan the QR code but can't find it on my phone. That may be your phone issue, or just try scanning it again and clicking the QR code. Should be able to pop that up. If not, just head over to the dashboard and just click that link there and you'll be able to log in that way. Member of Realcomp and Flex MLS. Are you affiliated with Flex MLS? I do not think we have any affiliation with Flex MLS. Correct me if I'm wrong, Daniela, but I'm pretty sure we do not have any affiliation to them. All right. Unattached garage. Again, with an unattached garage, will that be a separate scan? I would recommend, as long as it's not super far away, I would keep it on one single scan. That way you can get it, it'll all show up on one floor plan. But again, if it's like a far distance away and you're worried about going over that 5,000 square feet, you can also do a second scan. But again, just reach out to customer support and make sure they are aware of that so they can combine the two. All right. So will the program show a driveway up to the garage and a patio between the garage and house? Yes, if it's there and it's scanned, it will show those. When would I notify you of room names? So room names don't actually need to be identified. Basically, our AI models and our program and software are going to identify things that are in rooms. And then that way they will actually generate the room labels for you. Now, if a room is off, Daniela is going to show you in a few minutes here what you can do to actually get that room label changed. Or you can also reach out to get that changed as well. So we'll show you exactly how you can do that.
Great questions.
24 hours to get the floor plan, is that right? Up to 24 hours. I believe our turn times right now are between 14 and 15 hours, I believe. I check it pretty often just because I work with a lot of agents and photographers that are doing floor plans. I want to make sure that's up to our standard. We have a 99.9% accuracy rate with the 24 hours. So pretty much anything and everything is going to come out under 24 hours for the 2D stuff. And then for 3D stuff, it's up to 48 hours for those floor plans. But again, we do turn things much quicker typically. So it's usually around 14 hours with those 24-hour ones. And then if you do a rush hour or rush delivery, that 6-hour delivery, those typically come out in about 3 to 4 hours. But again, it can take up to the 6 hours and 24 hours. Does the app show you what each version, free versus upgraded floor plan, so you know what each option looks like before we choose? Yeah, it kind of shows you on the web. So if you actually look on our web app, it'll actually show you. So when you select different things, it'll kind of show you what the floor plan is going to look like. It kind of builds it out. It's at cubicasa.com. It's actually pretty cool when you select like a 3D floor plan. It'll kind of show you, it'll build it out and show you exactly what it's going to look like. That way you can kind of see exactly what you're ordering before you order it. Can't stand chat help. Is there a phone help? Just reach out to the chat, and then if you need to hop on a call, we definitely have abilities to hop on calls through Google Meet or Zoom or whatever we need. So, and some of us do have, like myself, I have a phone number. So if I need to hop on a call with you, David, don't worry. We definitely have somebody that can talk on the phone with you. Just start with the chat feature or an email, and I promise you, if we need to hop on a call, we'll get on there as quickly as we can.
We should also mention that Realcomp will be supporting this product additionally. So that's another resource for you, David.
When you do a second floor, do you have to do something special? Nope, just continue scanning, walk up the stairs, continue scanning, and then, just keep scanning that second floor. If there's a third floor, again, just scan up the stairs and up onto that third story. If there is a basement, I would recommend starting in the basement first and working your way up, and then ending with any outdoor areas that you want to scan. Difference between the 2D versus 3D. 2D is just going to be a flat version from like basically a above view of the property and give you a good overview and outline of the home and all the rooms in there. You can also add fixed furniture to that view as well. The 3D version is going to be more of a pillow top pop-up view. And then this is going to show you in more detail and kind of maybe walk the buyer through the property a little bit better by showing like colors and textures that can be added. You can also add loose furniture to that floor plan. Can I print my own floor plan without ordering anything? You would just need to do the scan. You don't have to order or pay for anything. You would have to order the free version, and then you can download that and print that if you'd like as a printout, as a leave behind. You can even customize them if it's going to be something that's not going into the MLS with your brand logo and things like that, and leave them in the home that you're showing and things like that. Do you recommend having cars removed from garages for scans? Also, what about the basement? If a client has a lot of stuff down there, will the app be able to scan? So yeah, as long as The garage with the cars in there, completely normal. That'll be perfectly fine. As far as completely cluttered, we can clear through a lot of that. So as long as there's some portion of where the wall and floor is visible, most of the time we can definitely make a scan with that. I've seen some pretty packed and hoarder houses that have come through, and yes, we've been able to make a scan. Um, Rule of thumb is as long as you can see somewhat of the floor and the wall, we should be able to get that scan done. So definitely just send it in, and we'll let you know if for whatever reason it's not going to work. But 99.9% of the time, we're able to get a scan out of those areas. How do I confirm that I have the correct download of the app with the Realcomp affiliation? Daniela will be able to show you that in a few seconds here to check if you have the affiliation correct. All right, I think that is good for live questions. I'll keep answering them while Daniela hops into the back end and kind of goes through some of the settings and features that are within the app.
Perfect. Thank you, Stephen. Well, hi everyone again. My name is Daniela or Danny. I'm with the customer support team here at Cubi Casa, and I'm excited to be able to walk you guys through the process of navigating through your Cubi Casa web accounts. If you are a new user with us, I know it can always feel a little bit daunting to navigate through a new platform, but as Steve mentioned earlier, we like to keep things very easy and simple, and so I hope you find that that is the case when it comes through navigating your accounts. I will get my screen shared here and then we can get started. All right. So once you create your Cubi Casa account through your link in your dashboard, you will be referred to your dashboard tab, which is this landing page I have here. You have two versions of your account. One is in your app, and this is more of a simplified version, mostly just used for viewing your orders and also scanning them. I will be covering the web version of your account. Same information for both. They both sync up pretty well, but your web account will give you just a few more features that I would like to cover with you today. So as I mentioned, once you create your account and you sign in, you will be always landing on your dashboard tab. And at the top, you will have a snapshot view of your orders within the last 30 days, a snapshot of your current monthly bill. And here below that, you'll have a list of local photographers within your area that include Cubi Casa floor plans on every product or shoot that they do. So you can order through them if you'd prefer to have them create the floor plans for you. And the most relevant part of the screen will be your recent orders. So here is where you'll be able to see the current status of your orders and be able to go to that order specific page. If you go on the left-hand side, you can also navigate through your orders under the orders tab and choose which filter option you want as well. But the fastest way to find your orders is always through that dashboard tab. And to open up a specific order page, all you have to do is just click on the address and you will be taken to that order page. So at the top, you will always have your order information, such as your order ID number, if you ever need to contact our customer support for assistance, and the total scanned area for that floor plan, or any add-ons that have already been selected for that order. Below will be your previewing page once that order is processed. And on the left, you'll have like a mini navigation panel to see the individual floors or to see all your floors together. If you want to expand that image, all you have to do is click on it and you'll be able to see that expanded view. You can choose to see it both with or without dimensions as well. If you do order the GLA floor plan, you just have to click the GLA floor plan tab and navigate through it similar to the listing plan version. If you forget to add a GLA add-on or you want to add fixed furniture, which was a question we had earlier on the chat, you will have an icon here at the top that will say order more, and you'll have the option to purchase fixed furniture or GLA even after the order has been delivered. So no worries there. For 3D products, they will always be housed under the 3D product tab, and here you'll be able to preview the specific 3D product that you have selected. Similar to the 2D, you can always order more later as well, and you can just select the product that you need and purchase, and our team will get working on that product for you. And below, you will have all your downloading options. The free listing version will always come with 4 different formats available for you to download, both with and without dimensions, which include these here, and as well as PDF printouts as well. The GLA package and the 3D products will also be available for download here. And all you have to do is just click on the image, and that file will automatically download to your desktop. Now, if you ever want to make any adjustments on your orders, you can do that through the actions function, which is here at the top corner. And there are 2 ways that you can make an adjustment within your floor plan. The first way is our quick edit tool option. And as the name implies, it's a fast way for you to make changes because you are making them themselves and they only take just a few minutes to load. The other option is our change request, and this will involve a specific team that will go over your request and perform it for you if it's something that we support. This is mostly reserved for more complicated changes that need to be made that cannot be done through the quick edit tool. So let's go ahead and cover our quick edit tool first. So once you click on the use quick edit icon, you'll be directed to a new window. Usually it might take 1 or 2 minutes to load, and I do recommend using a Chrome or Firefox browser if possible when you want to use the quick edit tool. And from here, there is quite a lot that you can do. I won't have time, unfortunately, to cover everything, but I will cover some of the main things. So for instance, at the top corner, you'll be able to select which floor plan you want to edit. If you click on a label and highlight it, you'll be able to move it around with your mouse. This box here at the top will also give you different editing options with the labels, such as editing the room names. If you have the GLA function, you can choose which spaces are included or excluded in the GLA measurements. For fixed furniture, we do have an icon here on the left that allows you to move around any of the furniture within your property. And you can even add more if you desire. You can also choose to individually remove dimensions from different rooms. And you can add even additional text to your floor plan if you would want. Like I said, there is more that you can do through this tool, and I highly recommend going to your support tab here on the left panel. That will take you to our Help Center article. From there, we do have an article on how to access the quick edit, again, if you need to, as well as everything that can be done through this tool with step-by-step instructions and even some video instructions for you to view as well. So great resource to go to if you want to dive a little bit deeper in using the quick edit tool. But once you are done making the changes that you want, you can select the floppy disk here at the top to save, hit OK, and once this box closes, you can exit out of this tab. Your screen will load for about 3 to 5 minutes. After that, you can refresh and your floor plan should be updated for you. Now, like I mentioned, there will be times maybe where you'll have maybe a few more complicated requests that can't be done through the quick edit tool. A common one is maybe you forgot to scan the garage on your last order. So in that case, you can always select the change request function. And change request functions will work for both the 2D and 3D products. For 2Ds, we do provide a list of the quick edit options, just again, in case it's something that you can do that you didn't know you could through the quick edit tool. But if you don't find what you need there, you can go under new request, type in what needs to be adjusted within the floor plan. If it's a missing room, I do recommend attaching a help file just with a screenshot showing us, okay, this is exactly where the garage should be located since we can't reference the video, and upload it from there. You can submit as many requests as you want within one change request ticket, so don't feel limited there. And for the 3D products, we do have a list of changes we do and don't support for both the floor plan and the video. So recommend looking over it before submitting your request. And you can submit your request similar to the 2D product. Let us know what needs to be adjusted. Maybe you want to move around the furniture, or you want to completely change the style of the furniture on your 3D video render. Go ahead and just describe that. You can even upload reference photos if you want, and our team will get working on that for you. 2D change requests are a little bit faster. They usually take just a few hours unless we need additional information from you. And 3D product requests take a slightly longer, 12 hours or shorter if we're able to. Once your change request is completed, we will resubmit the order back to you, and you will receive an email notification letting you know that your floor plan has been edited and is ready to download again. So that is pretty much it when it comes to the specific order page. Next, I want to cover another big tab within your account, which will be your settings. And we had a few questions in the chat asking, hey, I already had a Cubi Casa account. How do I add my discount code to the account? So here is where you will go to do that. And I believe it does need to be done through the web version instead of the app. So again, you will go under your settings and under your MLS membership tab. Now, if you don't have this tab pop up for you, it probably means you have the wrong customer type selected when you created your account. So just make sure you select either agent or appraiser, hit save and refresh your page. That way this MLS membership tab will appear for you. From there, you can just add your MLS name, your MLS login ID, hit verify account, and you'll be able to add your membership from there. So just an example, once you have selected it, it should look like this. If you ever have any questions or issues with adding your MLS discount code, we have our chat support function that always follows you around here at the bottom right corner. You can expand that and contact our customer support team, and we'd always more than happy to help you set that up for you if you have any issues. The next tab is your billing. So here you'll have your current monthly bill snapshot view at the top. And below that is where you will add a payment method to your account. Stephen mentioned earlier, after your first free scan with us, we do require a credit card or payment method to be added to your account. Even if you just choose to have the free version, this is just in case you want to add add-ons later on in your process, or if you have any oversized or large processing fees. If you just use the account for the standard free version with no add-ons and under 5,000 square feet, there will never be any hidden charges or anything like that. So don't worry about it. It's just to activate your account in case you do later on. And then below is your billing history. So after a few months, you'll be able to view all your invoices here. And if you ever want to see a detailed view of your invoice, just click View Report, Invoice Detail, and you'll have a breakdown of every add-on that was added for any specific order. I did mention earlier that you do have the option to modify which add-ons you want to show on your account. So if you're someone that just wants the free version, doesn't want any add-ons, you can choose to unselect these add-ons under your account. That way you never risk accidentally clicking it on the app when you are sending an order to be processed. On the other hand, if you are an appraiser and you will always need the GLA report, you can enable it and select it as a default. That way, every time you create a floor plan on the app, it will automatically include the GLA for you, so you don't have to worry about not having it or having to order it later on. And then the last thing I like to cover is your styling. So here's where you'll really be able to customize and spice up your floor plans as you want. You can create as many style templates as you desire. And if you are a new user with us, you won't have any style templates created, so you will have to select Create New to get started. and just go through the different options that you have, such as a language, which unit you want for your floor plans. Most of us will need feet and inches, which is imperial, how you want the decimals to show. You can add a brokerage logo if that's available for you. And we do have some default styles already made if you want to select those. My favorite is earth tones, which was the style I was using earlier. And you can modify the colors to whatever it is that you want based on the room name designations. You can also adjust the label text, color, and font. And we do have a disclaimer text that shows at the bottom of each floor plan that basically notes that the measurements are calculated by Cubi Casa. They're deemed highly reliable, but not guaranteed. You can choose to leave this disclaimer text as it is, or you can add a couple of spaces and hit enter to have it completely removed, or you can even add your own if you are more comfortable with that. And lastly, I do like to cover that we have 3 different measurement methods that you can use under your floor plans. The free version will give you the option to choose either the gross internal area or the total scanned area. The gross internal area is the square footage of everything that's inside the home, and it will not include exterior wall dimensions for you. The total scanned area is what's used to calculate the large processing fees. And as Stephen mentioned earlier, it includes everything that is scanned. So regardless if it's indoor or outdoor, it's the square footage of everything. And if you do need exterior wall dimensions to be provided, or you need a floor plan that complies to ANCI standards, then you will need to have the GLA selected under your account styling. And if you don't want any measurements, it's not a problem. You can just unselect this feature here. Once you are done selecting the styling options you want, you can save as new, and you will have that template created under your account. If you have multiple templates, you can select which one will be added as default for your future orders. And I do want to mention that if you create or update a style, it won't automatically update all your previous orders. If you want to update the style of a past order, all you have to do is go back to that order page, and under your styling options, which is under your actions, you will select use another style, and then select the style that you just modified or just added. Select change style, and your screen will just load for 3 to 5 minutes, and that style will be reapplied for you. So that is all when it comes to navigating your account from a high view perspective. Stephen, I'll pass it back to you in case we have any more questions.
Perfect. I answered most of them through the chat, but I am going to share my screen again and just go over just a couple of the products just so everyone can see again what the upgrades are to the free floor plan. So give me 1 second here and I'll share this. All right, so you can see here on the screen, this is the basic free version. So it's going to have your room dimensions. It's going to have total square footage, outdoor patios and decks, things like that. It's going to show every room, the room labels. Now you have options to add on to these. Now our add-ons for the 2D floor plans, you have fixed furniture. Again, it's going to show the tubs, the toilets, the kitchen fixtures, kitchen cabinets, kitchen appliances. We have our GLA floor plan. This is going to be your gross living area. Again, great for any appraisers and things like that. This is aligned to ANSI standards. And it's, again, going to include wall thickness and things like that. We have 6-hour delivery, which can be added to your order to get, bumped to the top of the list and get that back as soon as possible. And then you have orders above 5,000 square feet. Each additional 5,000 square feet is going to be a $12 charge for subscribers. And then as far as 3D products go, the very first one on the top left here is our pillow top view of just a regular 3D floor plan. And then the next one here is the adding the loose furniture. So the regular 3D floor plans are always going to have fixed furniture. As you can see, there's the kitchen cabinets, the bathroom fixtures, and things like that on that floor plan. The next one here is the regular furniture added. So you're going to see couches, kitchen cabinets, bedroom sets on this version. And then the third one here is adding colors and textures to the furniture and the 3D floor plan. And then you're going to see things like wood floors, the granite countertops, tile floors, the wood finishes on the furniture, or if they have wallpaper on the walls and things like that. We have a 3D video rendering that can be added to your order. Again, this is going to walk potential buyers through the property, and it's going to be a digital rendering of the actual property. It's going to match it as best we can. If it is a vacant home, we will stage it with just stock furniture that we have here. We also have the marketing bundle. Again, that's going to combine our 3D floor plan and the 3D video rendering together to give you a little break on the price there. And then we have our CAD files. Again, these are great for any repairs or anyone like a contractor on the call that wants to show their potential buyers what they can do to a home, like remodeling a bathroom, remodeling a kitchen. You can upload this output right into your CAD software, start moving walls around, moving furniture or fixed furniture around and things like that. So those are all the outputs that we do have currently. So again, if you have any other questions, go ahead and throw them in the chat feature or the Q&A section there. Can you please explain again what square footage is used on the standard free floor plan? So that's the gross internal area. So again, that's like wall to wall inside the property. So that's the calculation that's done there. So basically it would be as if you're inside the home with a laser measure or a tape measure and going from wall to wall on the inside of the property. That is the exact calculation that we use there. All right. I think that's it for questions here. So I think we have, I believe, our lucky giveaway here at the end here, Fran. Is that what I'm correct?
Yes,
We
thank
have that.
you.
Perfect. Just want to make sure we didn't miss anything. All righty. So let me go ahead and randomize this, and we will choose 2 lucky attendees. For one of them is going to get a free 3D marketing bundle. So basically, we're going to give you a credit of $149 on your account, and then also a $50 credit to use on any of the products that you'd like. So again, there's the grand prize is going to be the 3D marketing bundle, and then we have a $50 credit as well. And we've got first winner is going to be Michael Wagner. So congratulations, Michael Wagner. You've got a free 3D marketing bundle coming your way, a value of $149.
How nice.
And our second winner is Tora Robertson. So Tora,
Staff.
congratulations.
Nope, she's staff. Pick somebody else.
Oh, she's staff. Nope,
Yep.
sorry, Tora, you're not lucky enough. We're gonna go with Vicky Love. Vicky Love, you've got the $50 credit coming your way.
Yay.
So congratulations. Thank you guys for attending. We really appreciate this partnership. We can't wait to get everything kicked off. And again, if you guys have questions, always reach out to our support or our chat function. We're happy to get you guys moving forward in any way we can. Thank you guys again for having us, and happy scanning, everybody. We really appreciate having us on today.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.